Hi friends, welcome to AI News Week 37 of 2025. This week we have three model releases from three different houses. One from the government, which is UAE, two from the Alibaba, and one from Google, which is Vault Gemma. Let us see our first model of the week, which is Qwen 3 Next. It is expected to be a large model and working very good, and it is a thinking model, and also non-thinking mode also is there, and it is expected to be a very large model having a high performance, because although it is a 8 billion parameter model, only 3 billions will be active anytime. It is available in the Hugging Face as usual. You can go ahead, download and do the inference. But what is the specialty of this model is Alibaba claims that they have done many innovations with the Qwen 3 Next model, and it is using a sparse MOE architecture. So we will see the details in the next slide. But essentially, this is expected to be a good model and cut down the costs of previous models, be it inferencing, also training. It also claims that it hardly takes half the effort of the training cost or the fine tuning cost when it compares with the 32 billion model. So, although it's a large model, you can actually get the training or fine tuning at a very fractional cost of that particular size, is what is the claim. So in the changes, if you see, one is its attention model is also a novel one, which is hybrid attention, and also they call it as the sparse MOE model. One more important thing which you are supposed to identify here is this model is supposed to be run on the consumer grade hardware. Okay, so why the consumer grade hardware is Chinese firms are growingly suspicious whether they will get Nvidia chips again and again, or they will get the top of the notch Nvidia chips at all or not. So therefore, what they are doing is their model specifically they are tuning it for consumer grade hardware than the high performance and top notch Nvidia chips kind of scenarios. So point to observe is that this model is tuned to consumer grade hardware. The second model of the week is Google has released a new model with the name Vault Gemma. Okay, Vault Gemma is a differentially private Gemma model. What is differentially private model is that if you go ahead and prompt the model to extract the PIA data in the reverse engineering way, it will not allow you to reconstruct the person identification. So, differentially private is a paradigm. We will do one more video on the another day to explain what is differentially private paradigm and how differentially private models will differ from casual models. But this is a good change with respective to Google's releases, because this particular model is supposed to be used on very strict PIA data domains, be it medical, be it financial. So you may be able to see if you fine tune this or if you make this model used in applications where medical data is involved or PHA data is involved. These are the kind of models which you need to utilize. You may not use your stock models which are available. We will discuss in detail in another video why differentially private models are important for some domains. So let's discuss them in a different video. But for now, in this news bulletin, it's Google's Vault Gemma, which got released last week. The third model release is K2 Think, which is released by government again. It is MBZ UAI researchers. They released K2 Think. Basically, they claim it's a completely open source model and it will outperform even the GPT thinking. Okay, so they released it hardly 48 hours ago, but instantly what happened is due to the transparent logging of its log, there has been a jailbreak attempt and a successful jailbreak of this particular model. Okay, the jailbreak happened somewhere around 3 to 4 hours ago of this bulletin shooting time. So we will see basically what happens there. But K2 Think is a model. If you want to have a reasoning model, try it out. Definitely a model to try it out, because this, they say, it's almost at the performance of a GPT-5. So it's a 30 billion parameter model. It will also sometimes outperform GPT OSS models, is what they claim. So let's see what happens with the K2 thing. But this is very important because reasoning models will grow their importance again and again because of the supervisory agents in the agentic AI applications. So we will discuss that on a different video. But for news purpose, K2 Think is the model that got released this week. So for all my friends who are building multi-agent systems or event-driven multi-agent systems, here is a new library for you. This is called NVIDIA Universal Deep Research Library. Okay, it offers you deep research capabilities which no other framework offers you. So try it out, guys. This week, this is definitely in is on my to-do list. Basically, you can even control the workflow. You can also say, whenever you are triggering a deep research, you can also go ahead and say to what level you need a research. Do you want a summary of the research, or you want a complete report of the research? Is something which you can say by the Universal Deep Research, and this is a library coming from NVIDIA. So guys who are trying out things, really interested to try out new things, don't miss this out. This is going to be a game changer if it really hits out. So guys, be aware. So where to see this information? NVIDIA has released a paper on the archive. So go ahead and read that. They also made a basic UI as well. So if you are trying to develop multi-agent systems UI, not just the chart endpoint of it, but to understand how the deep research agents to be displayed, you want to, if you are even developing deep research agents in agent applications, in for your domain, so have a idea. You may get even inspiration for the UI and how UI should look like and all. So don't miss out. And last but not the least, MCP registry preview is released. Now, we were talking from months and months that MCP is the future, MCP is the future. So now we have got MCP registry, basically the enterprise context gateway. So now you may have a MCP registry implemented in your form, where you, if you have multiple MCP servers, you can have a single registry, and also authentication is also figured out. What it also supports is a federated foundation for the enterprise AI, wherein which you can pass through the authentication in a hops, okay, which was not the case with your regular MCP. Regular MCP used to have a OAuth authentication, sometimes header authentication, but MCP registry has a chaining authentication. You can chain the authentication because it is a federated one. So maybe I did not test it. Maybe this is something on your plate to give it a try, how this MCP registry works. But as you all know, and many of the people already said, MCP is the future, MCP is the future. I would say MCP is a big game player because it has got a lot of stakes, wrapping the APIs, wrapping the headless things already in the in the organization, to get the AI adoption faster with the organization, to remove the bottlenecks. So thank you all. So I try to keep the news bulletin really, really short, because I have got the feedback from you that the news bulletin should not be 15 minutes long. It should be very, very short. So I cut short a lot of research and other things to be displayed. I will try to make another videos, but news bulletins, I will try to make it as short as possible. Thank you guys for the feedback. Thank you guys for reaching out and giving me the right feedback.